Hi everyone, I'm here at one of the spill sites on Pilliga Forest Way. I'll just give you a bit of a look around. I know a lot of people have seen this site before. It's pretty terrible. It just seems to be getting bigger and bigger. Santos' solution was to pour copious amounts of water on it, ridiculous amounts of water, getting pumped into these huge tanks using Namoi waste vehicles, large semis coming every other day of the week. Here's the main spill site. This is where it all started. A normal well pad should be the size of a tennis court. This is what happens once it's been spilt. This happened 15 years ago. Santos reckons it'll be fully rehabilitated by Christmas. And by the looks of it, it's just getting worse. All these trees here get to a certain height and their roots must touch that toxic substances and just die. This area we're in is over the Great Artesian Basin, which is the largest underground water supply in Australia. Feeds 22% of Australia with water, beautiful drinking water, water for cropping, water for household use. And their solution is to pour ridiculous amounts of water on it and gypsum to crack the clay barrier to try and seep the water, the toxic chemicals down into the Great Artesian Basin. These here are some of their water lines where they're spraying the water, and they're all over the place, just snaked everywhere. Because the spill site, the main well site was over there, and it's slowly just moving through the forest as the toxic chemicals just kill everything. You see some of these big old iron barks. Got some massive ones down here that just dead. So it looks like there's lots of little regrowth, but as soon as those roots touch that chemical, they die. This is only one of many spills in the Pilliga. Pilliga is an amazing forest. I've been right around Australia and this place just takes my breath away. Little blue tags or markers to try and show the boundaries of the dead zones, so they can try and keep track of how far it's spreading with the more water they use. These little guys are just dead. There's been so much rain out here. All these plants should be thriving. There's another blue marker, so there's one there and one over there. And the spill zone keeps travelling down through here. It's got a disgusting smell, kind of like almost like a salty, sulphury kind of smell. Santos have said that this place will be fully rehabilitated by Christmas. We're now in November. We've only got something like 35 wells in at the moment, and they want to expand it to 850. These, some kind of weird scum on the ground. All over the place. Don't know what it is. Normally when you walk through the Pilliga forest, hundreds of little lizards running around everywhere. Skinks, knobby dragons, bearded dragons, goannas. You don't see any here. Normally on a walk like this I would have seen several. Only thing that I can see here that's alive is the odd butterfly and lots of flies. What happens is when the water soaks through into the ground, it hits a clay barrier and flows over the top of it. So it may not follow the contour of the downhill slope of the topsoil, but it will follow the contour of the downhill slope of the clay barrier. That's why it treads down this direction. There's more of that curly scum on the ground. I don't know what that is because it's just a sand cover. It's like a reddy, mucusy stuff. Pilliga is one of the most diverse forests I've ever been in. The insect life and plant life is just amazing. They just call it the dirty scrub out back. You get more bird species stopping here, migratory paths, than anywhere in Australia. It's 1 million square acres of bush. The largest cypress pine forest of its kind in Australia. A lot of people think that the campaign out here is stopped, but it's far from stopped. As long as this gas company keep going, there's going to be people out here trying to stop it, because forests like this should be kept for generations. We focus a lot of our energy on the corporation, Santos, but at the end of the day, it comes down to our government for allowing this to happen. If Santos wasn't here, it'd be another company. It comes down to each and every one of us and yous to do something about this, to let our government know that we won't stand for this kind of stuff. I think we're going to be starting to get to the end of the spill zone up here, I think. Oh no, we've hit the Santos pipeline. I think this is the pipeline, yep. This is one of their pipelines where they just carve it through the forest. And they bury a pipeline through here. This is not just water. This is extracted water, highly toxic. It's heading to the Leeward water treatment facility, which is just further up the pipeline there. And that goes through an osmosis filter. And the way osmosis works is it draws water through a membrane and filters out a good percentage of the toxins. It still leaves certain residues in the water. The residues Santos are saying are safe and they want to use it for irrigation, but as they've tried this method elsewhere in Australia and it's been proven not to work. This water is coming up from kilometres in the earth. It's stuff that should never come to the surface again. This is Jurassic water. I'm really quite surprised that Santos haven't turned up yet. Normally as soon as someone's here, they're right behind with their cameras rolling, trying to interfere as much as possible. Pilliga is an ancient forest. It's not like a lot of the forests in Australia. We've got cypress pines and alocasuarinas, which are ancient trees. Used to be a temperate rainforest. There's still species that survived the last ice age. Certain jungle vines and trees that have adapted to handle a much lower rainfall area and much more intense summer. Smell is starting to burn my nostrils. I think I better leave now.